the mastermind of OfflineTV.
You fool. You unwilling pawn in my grand scheme, fool.
One of Twitch and Facebook's biggest streamers and the collector of the Best Strategy Game Streamer Award. Hailing from the depths of the once thriving Hearthstone community, now tearing apart Amogus lobbies as a core member of the OfflineTV house, Disguised Toast has been an important member of the organisation since its very beginning. But just how did Toast go from creating rarely popular and niche card infographics on r/Hearthstone to being the host of the popular and well-loved Sussy Sundays, featuring popular creators from all walks of the streaming world, and even the odd celebrity? Hello world, my name is Harmless, and in today's video we're going to be answering the question of who is Disguised Toast. Jeremy Disguised Toast Wang was born on the 25th of November 1991 in Taiwan, but him and his family moved to Malaysia before he reached the age of 1, since that's where his father picked up work. Toast would alternate every 2 years between a Mandarin speaking school and an English speaking school, allowing him to pick up both languages. Eventually, Toast's older brother would make the decision to move to Ontario in Canada, and everyone else in his family would soon follow. Toast would spend most of the years leading up to university and high school living a very introverted lifestyle, but decided he wanted to change that when he reached grade 11 to find and meet new friends and to be more sociable, and so he decided to pick up the hobby of magic tricks, as it would force him to talk to people to show them, but it would also give them something to talk about. He would quickly become known as the magic man of his school. Toast began to enjoy playing video games around this time, and he had the goal of making his own, and so he started to learn programming and would teach himself how to make flash games. These games would turn out to be very successful, and he was given an offer of $1,000 by a company for them to slap their logo on it and to have his game hosted on their website. The interest he gained in programming would lead to his decision to pursue the subject in university, where he attended a 3-year course at the University of Waterloo, majoring in computer science. During his time at uni, he would work on various well-known games and apps, including Farmville and an app for Mercedes, the NFL and the Royal Bank of Canada. He would, however, eventually drop out of the course due to the difficulty in the other topics, and would instead major in maths, which he also dropped out in the 4th year, but his 3 years spent would be enough to qualify to be a Bachelor of Mathematics, known as a 3-year degree. Toast would spend some time relaxing after spending so much time at uni, and Blizzard were just about to announce the release of their new game, which went by the name of Hearthstone, to which Toast said, "Where the fuck is Diablo 4? However, Toast did become rather interested as a WoW TC player, which he was dragged into by his brother. His brother, who was a massive card game fan in general, would also convince Toast to play Hearthstone. And he did. Twitch at the time was a platform that was going through a phase where it wanted its content to be only about gaming, and you were only allowed to stream yourself playing games. There was no just chatting section, no IRL section, and certainly no pools, hot tubs and beaches section, and most games required a large portion of your focus when being played, which is why the release of Hearthstone became so popular on the platform. Hearthstone was one of the first games which allowed creators to showcase more of their own personality, and Toast loved the game. After quite some time spent playing, he took an interest in the esports scene of the game, and he began to create infographics based on the statistics of decks used by professional Hearthstone players, which he then shared with the r/Hearthstone community. These posts were loved by the subreddit and gave Toast the exposure he needed to put his foot into the Hearthstone scene. He began uploading commentary-less short-form videos onto YouTube, covering some lore/character interaction seen in the game, as well as some videos that talk about the origin of where cards come from. His channel went under the name that we know him as today, Disguised Toast, which, as seen as the intro to his videos, was a play on what the card SI7 Agent would say when put into play.
Ha, this guy's toast.
One day, Toast was informed of a tournament happening locally in his city, which was a Fireside Gatherings tournament in Toronto, and he heard that Kripparrian was going to be commentating some of the games there. If you don't know who Kripparrian is, he was the second most popular Hearthstone streamer ever, and during the golden age of Hearthstone would average 50,000 views on his stream. Toast was eager to get a selfie with him, but decided that instead of getting a regular selfie, he would tap into his online persona of Disguised Toast, since it was mildly recognizable to the Hearthstone community, and he would then take the selfie wearing a mask with his logo which was made out of cardboard, since he thought it would be more recognizable than his face. Many people at the tournament found it rather funny, and they convinced him to wear it while he played. This gave birth to many funny memes and jokes throughout the tournament, and Toast's popularity would grow at a rapid pace after this, probably thanks to the fact that he also won the whole tournament whilst wearing the mask, which led to various Reddit posts being created, and he was given a shout out on a popular Hearthstone podcast. Soon after this, Toast would begin to stream on Twitch, pulling over quite a large audience from his Reddit and YouTube, and he would continue to wear his mask, as at this point it was a huge part of his brand as a whole. he would begin to upload his stream highlights and content onto YouTube and came up with various ideas to make the content more fun and interesting, such as a time where he did a Twitch chat plays Hearthstone stream, and he would also often showcase exploits or bugs seen in the game. Toast would continue to grow steadily while streaming and posting videos, and managed to reach the goal of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and everything was going smoothly until one day.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys just saw my face. Ah!
The reason for the camera being on his face was caused by him accidentally tugging on the wire to his webcam, which was supposed to be pointed at his mask worn in his chest. Toast received a large amount of blackmailing threats from people online, stating that they were going to upload the clip if Toast didn't do what the person asked, but Toast decided to ignore these threats and to move on. As a result, this clip was shared by various small channels, whose videos didn't get much traction, but one determined user who was adamant on being a pain in the ass decided to post the video onto Reddit many times over and over on multiple accounts. While this was very bad for his anonymity, it did boost his face to the top of r/livestream fails, the place where most Twitch careers started at the time. Since Toast didn't like the idea of being blackmailed by random people on the internet, he decided to make a video on YouTube talking specifically about the origin of his mask, which after the recent exposure he got on Reddit managed to gain over 1 million views, and he also decided that from that day on he would stream without it. He hosted a livestream titled Face Reveal, and the last moments of disguised Toast being disguised were captured live on twitch.tv. Toast would continue this regular form of stream content while mixing it up by making up challenges or winning with meme decks. Toast's popularity was eventually high enough for him to be invited into one of the major Blizzard tournaments for Hearthstone, PAX East Major, where while he was the underdog of the competition, he easily reached the stage of 32 using unique strategies overlooked by some of the pro players, and he managed to exploit the fact that the pro players probably hadn't watched his stream. While he probably would have won the whole thing, on the very important day of the competition, Toast chose sleep. One of the more impressive challenges he managed to complete on his stream was when he reached Legend, the highest rank in Hearthstone, using a free-to-play deck, at a time where Blizzard were becoming increasingly greedy, and the meta often involved spending at least a little bit of money on your cards, and spending said money was seen as something that you had to do if you wanted to climb the ranks.
Yes. Oh my god, I didn't think it was possible.
It took him 105 games to reach the top with a free-to-play Hunter deck. Very soon after this, Toast was given his first exposure to the world of creator controversy. One of Toast's main branches of content involved exploiting or finding bugs that occurred during interactions between some cards found in the game. This went pretty well for Toast and Blizzard, as it was enjoyed by a large number of viewers, and it raised awareness on what Blizzard needed to fix. But one day, everything changed. It started off as a regular bug exploit. Toast was informed of the idea by someone in his chat. He was told there was a bug involving the cards Empowered Glory and Mirage Cooler, and so, as usual, he decided to test it out. Except this would turn out to be a very serious bug. The interaction he tested turned out to not only create a half-card monstrosity, it would also completely freeze the lobby, with the only way of getting it unstuck being to leave the game, or when it eventually crashed. He would further investigate the bug, and upon figuring out that on-game crash it would reward him with a free win, he decided he needed to notify Blizzard as soon as possible. Later on, while Toast was expecting a pat on the back and a well done, Toast instead received a suspension by Blizzard, with the explanation that Toast was given the bug too much publicity, which enabled other people to replicate the bug, ruining the experience of other players. While Toast and the public's opinion was generally against Blizzard's decision, and their relations began to sour, Toast would eventually make a return to making Hearthstone content, and was invited to a Twitch Rivals hosted tournament called the October Brawl, featuring 4 weeks of competition between 2 teams with 3 players each, and on these teams were some of the most well-known Hearthstone community members and streamers at the time. By the end of the tournament, one team was winning by a large margin, and they only needed a couple more wins to seal the deal, and one of the key members of the losing team, Crip, the guy that was partly the reason for Toast's brand and image, unfortunately fell ill, and so Toast was asked to replace him. While Toast did win his game, it was not enough for him to carry his team to victory. Despite this, for Toast, the tournament went rather well for him, as he ended up meeting talk show host celebrity Conan O'Brien. A couple months before all this happened, Toast attended the wedding of at the time OfflineTV house manager Chris Chan, where he would meet many members of the OfflineTV house for the first time. OfflineTV at the time were beginning to get more popular, and unfortunately their former member Pokelaws had to leave the group due to problems with his visa, and so they went out on the hunt for the first recruit of their organisation. And the first person they reached out to happened to be a man who was also looking to expand their horizons in terms of content due to the fact said man had a disagreement and began to dislike the company that made the game that served as that man's form of main content, which happened to be Toast. Toast was initially invited to stay over for only a couple of days, and he thought he was just staying over at the house for a bit, and not actually joining the content group. Until the next day he was asked to film his joining OfflineTV video, and since he was too awkward to decline, he involuntarily joined OfflineTV. Toast would continue with his regular Hearthstone content over the next couple of years, except this time he had the opportunity to reach out for his housemates for friendship and content, and he would also partake in many videos on the official OfflineTV channel, and would lean into becoming more of a variety streamer since Hearthstone began to hit a decline. OfflineTV is a house that's primarily filled with League streamers such as Lily, Skara and Pokey, and so were regularly invited to the League of Legends Twitch Rivals each year. Fast forwarding to the 2019 Twitch Rivals, Toast was invited to this year's competition, alongside OTV, except not for Hearthstone, but for League of Legends. Toast at the time didn't play League much at all, but despite this was at the high elo rank of Silver 2, and was up against some of the best League of Legends players at the time in the 2019 Royal Robin Twitch Rivals. Toast had elected to play the role of jungle, one of the hardest roles in League, and despite being one of the lowest rated players, to everyone's surprise Toast would smash through the veterans of the game, going 4 wins and 1 loss in the tournament, and reaching the finals, where he would then take a 2-1 victory to win the whole thing. This was one of his most impressive feats, which shows how quickly Toast can learn and adapt to new information. Around a couple months after this, there was a new genre of game on the block, auto battlers. The first to show up being auto chess, which intrigued Toast, who was primarily a strategy game streamer, although auto chess itself was lacking in something, and the genre of auto battlers as a whole slightly died off until Riot Games began creating their own version called Teamfight Tactics. Teamfight Tactics is an auto battler game based off the universe of League of Legends, and so it fit him perfectly, him being a member of a house filled with many legacy League of Legends creators, and with him being known for his strategy, it all just added up into massive growth and average viewership for both him and his housemate Skara, who together both basically ran the entire TFT scene for months at a time, averaging viewer counts into the 6 to 7 digit territory. Thanks in part to the rise of Mixer and other challenges to Twitch, streaming platforms began making large money deals with creators for them to stream exclusively on their own platform, boosting popularity and exposure for themselves, and Toast was offered a contract to stream on Facebook, where he would receive 30 times the amount of money Twitch was offering him to renew his stay on the greedy Amazon-owned platform. While Toast was given a $20,000 check to make a high production
"Hello, I on Facebook now"
video, he instead donated this to a local children's charity. Eventually though, the monopoly Skara and Toast had on TFT would run dry. As more content creators and new players emerged onto the TFT scene, Toast became unhappy with his repetitive lifestyle of waking up, streaming TFT, and then sleeping every day, and so he eventually needed a change. Among Us brought a massive boost in popularity for Toast, as not only was the game itself a great opportunity of collaboration between a large range of content creators, Toast was one of the best at the game, making big brain highlight plays which put him in the spotlight on the stream of the other larger content creators in the streaming world. And after a year of exploding thanks to the wave of Among Us fans, Toast decided that he would revoke his contract with Facebook due to the fact that Twitch was where his career began, and Toast felt like the website was his home. Toast has since been creating more of a variety of his own content, while sticking to his regular smacking of streamer Among Us lobbies, which he hosts as a weekly event titled Sussy Sundays. And with that, we're all caught up with the disguised Toast of today. As usual, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This video does seem to be on the longer side now that I'm coming to the end of the recording, but if I did miss anything out that you feel was super important, be sure to leave it in a comment below, or if you just want to say hi smiley face, that would be pog too. But other than that, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.